Hi everyone, James here. Welcome to our Becoming a 21st Century New Economy Home Entrepreneur. And to all of our US friends, I do apologize for my accent, because I know I sound funny, but we have a thing over here. We don't have the accent. You guys do. Just playing around. It's great to have you on. It is here in Australia, it is a beautiful autumn morning. The sky is blue, the kookaburras are singing, and the koalas, well, they're just eating the gum leaves, and they really do, and they live in my area. It's great to have you on here tonight for all of you, and for those of you that are actually coming in from Australia as well. I want to welcome you, or from any other country that you are a part of, because we do have a lot of people on tonight's webinar, and it's exciting for us to be launching what you're about to hear. You know, we've been working from home now in the home industry for very close to 20 years, just over 17 years to be precise, and in that time we've seen some big changes. And those changes, a lot of the time, people don't want to adopt or don't want to grab a hold of, because for me personally, I used to run away from change. I used to hate it and think, no way, don't make things change. And then I found out that change is actually good. So tonight, we're going to show you some of those changes and help you to see how you can use Facebook, Twitter, webinars, phone apps, and also skill development and personal development, and to allow you to succeed. Now, a couple of rules, I guess you could say, before we get started. Allow yourself this time. You know, allow this time to be yours. There are so many things that want to steal your direction, they want to steal your attention, they want your focus, all of that stuff. Can I suggest that right now that you put your phone on mute, that you don't let people bother you, that you turn off all social media, that you grab a notepad and pen if you want and take some notes tonight, because what we're going to share with you really has changed the lives of thousands of people around the world. And this is pretty groundbreaking stuff. It's simple. You don't need to be a genius to do it. You don't need to be a computer engineer. You don't need to have gone to university or any of that. In fact, I failed school. Just don't let my kids know that. And I haven't been in business before this of my own. This was what I did. And so I just learned along the way. We're going to show you how to do it, whether you're a grandparent or someone who's just left school, whether you're a mum that's just wanting to stay home with her kids, or a dad that's wanting to get home with the kids. You know, wherever you are, we're going to take you through the journey. Now, let me help you understanding that, you know, who I am. You know, why should you listen to me? Why should you listen to, who am I, really? Well, that's me. The photo's a little bit elongated. My head looks huge. There's a story about that. One day I went to the doctors. I had to take my daughter to the doctors, and she was actually having a major health challenge. We didn't know what was going on, and the doctor looked at her and goes, she's actually got quite a large head. Then he looks at me and he goes, oh no, it's okay, it runs in the family. Anyway, that's another story for another time. But anyway, that photo was taken about 6 weeks ago. We were at an event in Dallas, Texas, and I was invited to fly over from Australia. We had close to 2,500 people at that event, and it was my job to teach people social media, how they could use, especially Facebook, to start building a business. So we had all these people who have never really done a selfie before, and we gave them permission to show how actually doing a selfie, believe it or not, can make you money. I know that sounds crazy, and people on Facebook doing selfies and think that that can't be true. It is, but it's the right kind of selfie, and you've got to know that. You've got to know when, why, where, what, and how. Okay, we've had the privilege of working from home. We've earned a couple of $1 million doing what we do. We've trained other people to do exactly the same thing. And I am one of the co-founders of Dual Networking, along with my wife and a group of leaders from around the world. We've been working together to develop a system that allows people to learn the skills to build a true business from home. not only learn those skills, but be mentored by people who are actually doing it, doing exactly the same thing as what you will be doing, and so that they can take you through the highs and the lows. They can help you avoid the obstacles. And that's what dual networking is. Dual stands for two. You know, in what we do, it's offline and online strategies working together. The home business industry in the past, it's all been about, you know, invite people over for dinner and pull out the whiteboard because it was an undercover operation to sign them up. It was a bunch of amateurs really trying to, or I guess that brought a bad name because there was no one, or there wasn't much professionalism in what was done. And unfortunately, that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. We believe, and there are a lot of incredible trainers out there now and professionals within this industry that are teaching people that you actually can be a professional. You can do this and build a business just like a traditional business in a way that makes you the professional, that has people being attracted to you and wanting to partner with you, buy your products and or service if done the right way. So dual networking stands for two. It stands for offline and online working together. It stands for skill development and personal development. You know, that's what we're all about. Now, where did dual networking come from? Well, it came from a sky is falling moment. You've probably all had those emails. Well, a little while ago, about 6 or 7 years ago, I started to receive emails. And these emails said that if you don't change the way you're building business, then your business is going to collapse and your clients and partners are going to leave you faster than rats leaving a sinking ship. Now, that caught my attention. So all I did was, rather than read the good stuff out there and read and watch the good videos, listen to, and really get an analytical view on what really is happening, I read all the negative. And, you know, we are programmed as individuals to read and to look for the negative. That's what we do. So what I did is, our business was turning over $400,000 or $500,000 a month at that time. And so here we have these people that really didn't have a business anywhere the size of ours, doing absolutely nothing, scaring people all over the world because they're trying to sell a book or they're trying to sell a video course and all of this stuff because they didn't really know how to do the thing that we were doing, because our business was built offline. It was built the traditional way. But, you know, I was listening because I was looking at, okay, well, there is social media out there now. There is the internet. There is all of this stuff. But I couldn't see how it would fit into what we were doing. And then all of a sudden, these people came on the radar saying the world is about to end. Well, you know what? After researching and looking at what they were doing, and after wanting to curl up in a fetal position with my thumb in my mouth in the corner, after about 6 months, I realized the world hadn't ended. The sky hadn't fallen, and my business was still doing what it was doing before. In fact, it was growing. So that helped me realize that maybe it wasn't dead. Maybe it was still very much alive. So what I did is in my team, we started to analyze what was really going on out there, and that you could use social media, you could use technology to help you and support you in developing a business. You see, there are a lot of people that, well, they don't want to go out there and start talking to people, and I get that. But so now there is a way that you don't have to go out there and hit up everybody you know. There is a way that you can actually talk to people that actually want you to speak to them. So change brings opportunity. The change of social media, the change of webinars, the change of phone apps, they bring opportunity for those people that want to be an entrepreneur, that want to break through, that want to break free, that really want to do something different. Change brings opportunity. And so we had to find how to bring that change and how to use the changes that were happening in the market and the changes that were happening in technology to help all of us be able to move forward and stay ahead of the game. We didn't want to go backwards. We wanted to go forwards just like everybody. So an idea formed out of necessity, an idea that we could develop something that allowed people to do both, that allowed people to do the offline and it allowed them to do the online. But you know, in our team, in our business around the world, we have some people who don't want to go anywhere near online strategies. Their whole market, what they do, and they love people. They love interaction. That's where they get their energy from. I'm actually one of those kind of people. I love people. Then you've got the people who, well, they don't want to speak to anyone. They just want to use technology. Well, they can. You've just got to find how. And so what we've done is we wanted to work together and formulate a plan and a system and a strategy that will allow them to do that, because times were changing. And if we didn't meet those needs, the needs of people wanting to be able to use online and offline, if we didn't do that, then we weren't going to be able to meet that need, and people would leave to go find something that would meet their needs. Because you all have, you know, skills, you all have abilities, you all have talents. We want to help you use those skills, those talents, and those abilities to actually develop your business and to break free. Okay? You shouldn't have to be stuck. You shouldn't have to be thinking that, well, I have to do what everybody else does. You don't today. You can actually use the talents that you have to do something incredible. Everybody enters the home business industry at a level of an apprentice. Some are a fourth-year apprentice, some are a first-year apprentice. Everybody is different. The way you enter doesn't mean the way you finish. Just understand you're on an apprenticeship. If you want to learn something, we can give you the tools to learn that thing. We can give you the support for you to succeed. You see, we all get started in business because we have a dream. That dream could be to go on a holiday. That's a place in Tahiti. We were just staying out there in a bungalow over the water. It was absolutely magical. You know, some of us want to go and have some fun and drive a Maserati or own a Maserati or some other fast car. You know, it might be climbing a rock face, whatever you call fun. Some people will do it for recognition because they've had enough of working a job that really doesn't give them any recognition, or working for a boss that steals it all. Or they want security for their future because they look at their bank account or their retirement plan and realize there's not enough money there. But all of us want purpose. All of us want to be able to do something that means something. So we bring all of that together. You know, our purpose is to raise up leaders in the market so that no one's left behind. And we've linked that into nourishing children. You see, every time we establish a client, we nourish a child. There are 5 million children in the world today that are dying of malnutrition under the age of 5 every year. 5 million. We believe that's not acceptable, and we're going to help save those kids' lives through what we do. So how do you achieve your dreams really? You know, we all come on and have been on those webinars, and you might even be thinking this webinar, well, you know, how am I really going to do it? You know, we've been and seen all of the hype, but there's really been no fact and there's really been no substance. People sign you up, they get you started, and they don't give you any direction. They don't give you any training. They don't give you any support. It's like you get started in something, even those online training things, and then you're left to it. And if you don't fail, well, then if you don't succeed, it's your fault. It was all there, right? Well, you know what? That shouldn't even be spoken about. We want you to achieve your dreams, because when you achieve yours, we achieve ours. It's a big deal for us. You see, our whole purpose is to raise up leaders. So how do you achieve your dreams really? Well, we all know that success requires work. Now, you might be asking, why do I have Leonardo DiCaprio there? Well, I kind of like that look of we all know, right? We know it requires work. Success requires work. It's not going to come. You know, some people are lucky enough to be born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or to be born with millions and millions of dollars in their bank account, some of billions. Others are lucky enough to go and buy a lotto ticket and they win the lottery, or to get an inheritance. You know, for most of us, though, we're going to have to fight for our success. We're going to have to fight for our dreams. That's what we have to do. I've had to do that. You'll have to do that more than likely. So we know success requires work, and nothing worth having comes free or comes easy. It really, you know, because you don't really, I guess, you don't love it as much as what you do when you have to work for it. We also know that a business requires customers. You know, there isn't a business on the planet that doesn't require someone to purchase or pay for something. Even our government runs on us paying our taxes, right? It's the same thing. Business requires customers. The idea, though, is, well, how do you find those customers, and what kind of work do you need to do? Well, the challenge we have is that, well, we all facing the same challenges. We don't have enough time. The people you speak to say they don't have enough time. How do you get through the maze of the challenges that are out there? Well, the interesting thing is this. We all have the same 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's what we choose to do with that time. Some people like to watch TV with their time. Some people like to just go play games with their time. Some people like to do nothing with their time. But I also know that the saying goes, if you want something done, give it to a busy person. You see, we give our time to what we see as valuable to us. If we see there's value in something, we're happy to give our time to it. If that thing can allow us to achieve our dreams, we'll go do it. So the key is to make sure your dream is big enough, to make sure that you really want the thing that you say you want. Others say, I don't have the money, because they have perception. Their perception is that you need tens of thousands of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and build a business from home, or to build a business at all and succeed. And while, yes, you do need to be able to invest a little bit of money to get started in business, money really isn't the issue, because it all still comes down to value. You know as well as I do that if you find something that you really want, okay, and you really need it because something's happening, if you don't get it, something bad's going to happen, you're going to find the money. I didn't have the money when I first got started. I had to go borrow it. I borrowed it from our credit card. You know, we've had so many people that have been in that situation where they said, well, I really need my life to change, and there has to come that time where I have to draw the line in the sand to make that change a reality. That's what you do. You find a way. Then people say, well, I don't have the knowledge. I don't know how to do what I need to do. I don't know what to do. Well, knowledge can be gained, especially if you've got the right people to mentor you. You know, knowledge is something that we can learn. Knowledge is something that we can grow. So it shouldn't be something to stop you. Then the next part is, well, how do I find people to speak to? Who out there really wants to know what we have? Where do you find those people? Again, well, that's just skill. So let's answer the who question. Who are you going to speak to? Because we all want to know, right? And sometimes it feels like that. It feels like, you know, well, who am I going to speak to? You know, how am I going to do this thing? Well, let me help you to see some things that have changed in the economy and changed in the way we market. We get concerned about who because we're not sure people actually are out there who are going to want what we have. But what if you could market in a way that you had a product that people actually wanted? And what if you could find those people easier than before? What if you didn't have to go out there and beat people over the head? What if there were simple strategies you could use to actually find people to buy your product and or service? Well, there is. I mean, think about it this way. People buy what people want. They don't buy what they need until it becomes a want. I'll give you an example. Okay, people generally, let's look at smoking. People know they need to give up smoking, but they don't want to. People know that they should eat healthy, but they don't want to, because it's so much not. They want to eat those chips. They want to eat that cake. They want to eat too much food. You know what I'm saying? People know that they need to exercise, but they want to stay comfortable. They want to stay on the lounge. They want to stay doing something else. People know that they need to do all of those things so they beat illness. But it's not until they get sick and that they want to live that they make changes. And sometimes those things are too late. Okay, so what we do is we need to help people to understand that we need to go after the place where the people are actually wanting what we have. And that's what we're able to do. You know, Facebook changed a lot of things for people. Now, when I first heard about Facebook, I didn't know what it was going to all be about. In fact, a friend of mine was on Facebook before I was, and he sold his house 2 weeks earlier, and he was like my best friend. And I said, why didn't you tell me that you sold your house? And he said, well, I put it up on Facebook. It's like, wow, how things have changed, that people think it's okay to put everything up on Facebook and everyone's going to know what the news is. Well, that was about 7 or 8 years ago. Now it is the norm. Facebook profiles, if you can learn how to set up your profile in the right way, it's going to actually get people to want to seek you out. Believe it or not, if you get your profile right, people will want information about what you have. There are Facebook pages now that allow you to build a brand, that allow you to find people and target people that are looking for your product and or service. Then there are Facebook groups. Now, we use groups in an incredible way. The Facebook groups to us have to be one of the most powerful things you can do for marketing. They allow us to not only generate leads, but they also allow us to upgrade our clients, to upgrade to business partners, to upgrade people all over the world. Facebook groups have changed the dynamic of the home business industry. Because let's face it, you all on this webinar tonight more than likely came through Facebook. Or someone's messaged you, you've connected with us, you've come through a marketing program through Facebook. Okay. Now, the reason, so think about that. If that's where you came from, through a friend, through an advertisement or whatever, other people do exactly the same thing. You've just got to learn how. Because when you get the funnel right, everything changes. Next is Twitter. You know, Twitter for me used to be the kid on ADHD. I didn't get it. I didn't understand how to use it. And to be totally honest, it took me years and years and years to understand Twitter. In fact, you can see there that I joined Twitter in 2008. That's a long time ago, right? I had no idea. I'd signed up and I've got something like 23,000 followers following me on Twitter. Did I know what I was doing? Did I get it? No, it wasn't until my friend Ty Tribble started to tell me about what he was doing on Twitter. Ty's one of our incredible team at Dual Networking that's helping us put together this marketing program, or that's helped us put together this marketing program. You know, so Ty showed us now currently using Twitter to generate up to 20 leads per day, like clockwork, for free, highly targeted to his niche, which is our niche. I'm currently using Twitter to do exactly the same thing. It works incredible, especially in the USA. In Australia, because of our small demographic or our small population, it's not as big. There aren't as many leads. However, in the US, it's incredible what we've seen. So we can now use Twitter to highly target the prospect that we're looking for, and we can show you how. Because let's face it, remember how we said before, we all know that you need to find clients. You need to find people who want to buy your product and or service, and we can show you how to do that. Then there's the app. Now, the app is that place that kind of brings it all together. Because remember what I said before, some of you may be looking at Twitter and Facebook, and we had one of these people last night saying, well, I don't really get excited about using social media or online strategies. I get excited about offline stuff and speaking to people. Well, you can do that with our app. Just by connecting with someone, sitting down with someone, you can open up your phone and show them a video, send them a text, send them a message. You can do it all at the speed of text. Now, you might be like me. The other day I was out getting my hair cut, talking to my hairdresser, and she goes, I'd like to know something about what you do. So I grabbed her phone number, actually her Facebook account. She gave me that, and I messaged her through the app to her Facebook account to give her the information. So you can bring online and offline together. You know, then I had the guy at the local gym here ask me for some information on what we do. So I got his phone number. I sent him a text with a video. You can, all of a sudden, a phone and an app allows you to manage your business and market your business so much easier. The ability to be able to get people's details, send them information at the click of a button at the speed of text. You can sit down and in one day you have a bunch of clients ready to get started if you've learned the right system. The key, though, is keeping it simple. You know, we can talk about Facebook and we can talk about Twitter and apps, and for some of you, it might be, your head might be spinning right now because you've never done anything on that. Just understand this. You don't need to be a genius. I'm not a genius at all. I know what I know, and I've learned some stuff, but I'm not in that classification. We believe in keeping it simple. 1 + 1 = 2. The simpler it is, the easier it is for people to follow. So we've got mums who haven't graduated from high school. We've got dads that have been executives in business. We've got people that are in their 70s and 80s using this system that didn't even know how to turn on Facebook. It is simple if you learn how. Now, the place that brings it all together is your webinar. The webinar is that meeting point. We're on a webinar right now. You're sitting in front of your computer. Some of you are on your phone listening. We've got people from all over the world listening to what's going on, seeing and realizing that, hey, I can do something here. A webinar is your connection point. It's that place where you can receive valuable information, get training, get support, and invite people to. I mean, how easy would it be if you're starting a business with us and you got started, and rather than having to know everything to say, you could just invite people to a webinar to see all of the information live, just like you. Just say to your friend, hey, can you be in front of your computer at 6 o'clock or at 8 o'clock or whatever the time is for you, and check out this. It's pretty incredible. Allow the system to do the work for you. Webinars allow people to sit at home in their pajamas if they choose. They allow them to be on a train on the way home. They allow them to be on at the airport. They allow you to be drinking a glass of wine, having a beer or a cup of tea, not having to get dressed up and go out. They allow you to actually build a business from home. If you can find a way to find the people, then you plug them into the webinar system. The system for us, it's called dual networking. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It has a contact management system that allows you to send out emails and messages, to keep up to date with the notes that you've taken on someone when you've spoken to someone. Now, a contact management system is important. Why? Well, think about it this way. You might speak to someone today and they're not interested today, but you speak to them in 12 months' time and they are interested. What did you speak to them about 12 months ago? You won't remember it all. But if you have a contact management system where you can log in and take notes, you will. You're able to send pre-written emails. You don't have to think about what to send or what to write. It's all done for you. You've got professionally designed websites that have been put together by our marketing team or our team of entrepreneurs who are out there doing this thing that you may want to do. They've already tried and tested them. They've already done the editing. They've already worked it all out. And we're continually updating things to keep you on the cutting edge. You don't have to worry about all that. We take care of that. It's leadership driven. It's developed by professionals, available 24/7. It's duplicatable. That's the key. Remember this, there are a lot of intelligent people out there, but the intelligent people are actually employed by the smart people. You know, and we want you to be smart. You might be intelligent in what you do, but you want to be able to have something of your own, because while you work for somebody else, you're always at their beck and call. You're always under their thumb. You're always wondering, will I have a job today? Will things change tomorrow? All of those kind of things. When you have your own business and you can build it up from scratch, you can build it up part-time, especially if you have something that can somebody that can train you, it all changes. It's simple, but the power's in the mastermind on this webinar tonight. Some of you would be brilliant at what you do. Imagine you being a leader here, where you're able to bring your intelligence, your wisdom, your knowledge, your skills, and be part of a mastermind group. As your business grows, you get invited to become part of the mastermind, where you're able to develop something that transforms an entire society. That's what we're about, the society of home-based business. We're transforming an industry and helping people to transform their lives. So this is dual networking, the inside of it. You don't get to see this until you're a member. We've got a getting started section, training systems, a library of information, websites, a contact management system, a place of recognition, downloadable manuals, the whole lot at your fingertips. It's all there. You know, people ask me, developed why. Now, by the way, I am a Lord of the Rings buff. I love Lord of the Rings. I love The Hobbit. I'm a nerd like that. I just love it, right? And there's this one part in Lord of the Rings, and it says that, and it goes, they're talking about this army, and it says this army has been raised for one thing, the destruction of man. Now, dual networking wasn't developed or raised for anything but to raise up leaders. That's what we're about, to help you seed. That's the reason, it's the reason it's being developed, the reason that we are here today. Because entrepreneurs learn what the market wants, and we want to teach you that. We want you to understand where the market's going and what the market's doing, to understand niches inside of that market and how to market to those niches. So right now, there are two industry megatrends. You've got the health and wellness industry. It's a $1 trillion industry already just in the US, and it's going to keep getting bigger. It's the reason for that is the aging population, where the average age used to be in the late 40s, it's now in the 70s, and it's going to keep getting older. Why? Because of breakthroughs in medicine, breakthroughs in nutrition, as people realize that they can look after themselves. You've got the rising costs out there, wellness is an option, and people, as they're getting older, they're saying, hey, because they're getting older, I want to look younger. I don't like the wrinkles. I don't like looking flabby. I want to have more energy. I want to live my life. I don't want my life to be over. You know what I mean? I want to live my life even at the older ages. Then you've got the direct selling industry, a $90 million global sales force. So 90 million people are in the direct selling industry. Last year alone, it did over $166 billion in total sales. It's rapid growth, innovation, because in the direct selling industry, they know that for it to succeed, we've got to have the best products. It's a place where health awareness is raising, it's got diversity, and 90% of the people operate part-time. I know I did. I started part-time because I had a full-time job. I needed to pay the bills, and I built it up. I built up our business so that it ended up changing our lives and gave me the freedom. So that one day when my boss walked in and said, we're closing the company down, I had an option. That's the key. So we want to teach you about getting the low-hanging fruit. We want to teach you that, you know, the business, when you're in business, it's not about going after hard. It's about finding the going after easy. We want to show you that where the market is going. So many people, when they look at the tree, they look at the fruit right up the top and they think, oh, the best fruit's up the top. Well, not necessarily true. Did you know that the nutrients, well, they come up through the bark and from the ground, and so the first fruit you get is the one that's the lowest, okay? So we want to teach you to go after the low-hanging fruit, the easy fruit, that most people miss. Okay, so the low-hanging fruit right now is, you all know and I know that people are looking for real. They're looking for natural. They don't want the fake. They don't want the synthetic. They want the real and they want the natural because they want to look after themselves. And because the population is getting fatter and fatter and fatter, the US is the fattest country in the world right now. Australia is, I think, the second fattest or something like that. People are looking for solutions, but they're looking for real solutions. Solutions that have got science, solutions that are proven to work. And then you've got anti-aging. The older population is saying, well, I don't like looking old anymore. I want to look young. I feel young. I want to look young. And they're prepared to spend money for products that work. Well, we need to make it easy. You know, traditional business is about having stock. We don't want you to have stock. I've got friends that have got tens of thousands of dollars in stock in their garage because they run internet businesses from home. One of them right here in Coffs Harbour, I think he has about $100,000 in stock in his garage selling miniature figurines online. We don't want you to have accounts because accounts means you need a bookkeeper. And that you don't want to be sending out invoices and all that. That's just too hard. You want explosive potential. You want to be where the market's going, not where the market's been. For instance, you don't want to be selling tape cassettes and vinyl records today. You know, that's not where the market's going. And also you want to learn how to find clients and partners. That's what we can do for you. So the only real choice is Manatech. Now, they are the world leader in transformative real food technology. They are the world leader in so many areas. To give you an example, this is Amber Toast. Now, when Manatech first brought this product to market, they went through explosive growth, turning over $400, $500 million a year. Incredible what they were doing. Absolutely incredible. But then, just like everything, people started to question their science. And so what Manatech did, they went through some pretty rough times. But after that, and this is where they're at right now, they're in relaunch mode because they've been able to prove their science. That's incredible. You see, when a company can actually prove what their product does, that's when you know they're about to do a revolution and create a revolution. If you can see a product, a company that goes through hell, and then all of a sudden they come out the other side, that's where you want to be. You want to partner with them. You see, this product, it's simple, but it makes your body work properly. It allows your cells to communicate. It allows you to get your energy back. It allows you to operate at a whole different level. We're going to show you how to market it. They did another world first, the world first plant-derived vitamin and mineral supplement. It meets the want and the need for real. You see, people don't want the vitamins and minerals that are synthetic. 95% of all vitamins and minerals on the planet today are synthetic. That means they're either ground up rock or they're made from petrochemicals. This is the first product of its kind that's made of real food. It means that your body can absorb it. I love this product. I take it every day for energy. I feel incredible. I hardly ever get sick. It's an amazing product, and it meets that need. But what about anti-aging? Remember how I said the world's getting older and older, but they want to stay younger? Again, Manatech took that technology, the same technology I just showed you, and created an anti-aging product called Youth. Basically, it makes you look younger. It rebuilds the skin, it rebuilds the collagen and the elastin. Again, another world first. Now, how big is the anti-aging market? It's incredible, absolutely incredible. So if you have a product that people want, and then you learn how to market that product, you can build a business. Next, well, and this is a world first. Again, plant-derived vitamin and mineral supplement. Manatech have it. They've positioned themselves in the marketplace to totally own this market. In the US, it was just launched just, I think, 6 weeks ago. This product is something everyone wants. Why? Because it makes the body burn fat. Look better, feel better, be better. It is the product. Those capsules in the middle there, the true shape capsules, they're what's called a thermogenic, and I love this. What it does is it actually heats up the body from the inside. Don't worry, it's comfortable. Okay, you're not going to start all of a sudden feel like you're on fire or anything like that. And what it does is it actually makes the body burn fat and burn calories. It's not an accelerator. It's an incredible product. And then you've got the shake, both chocolate and vanilla. It actually is full of protein, and you've got osaline that makes the body target fat. We're talking groundbreaking. And like I said before, the market is moving forward. The world is looking to lose weight. Manatech has the only real solution. So now the big thing with Manatech is over 200 people have already earned more than $1 million. I'm one of them, okay, that have already earned $1 million with this company. It's a place that your dreams really can come true. Now, before we go any further, I want you to hear a couple of testimonies from the people that we've been working with. The first person I want you to hear from is Phil. Phil and Patsy are an incredible couple, and I want you to hear their testimony of what's happened for them, how they've been able to use the dual networking system to totally transform their life and their future. Hey, Phil, do you want to unmute your line so that you can share your story? Phil? No? Okay, Raquel,
Yeah,
if you're there, there we go. Okay,
sorry, mate.
I'll leave it with you.
All right, thanks, James. Our association with James goes back to the very first day we saw this business. We'd actually been running our own agency business for a number of years, and it was quite successful. We were probably making over $100,000 a year. But prior to actually becoming involved with Manatech, that agency business was looking after us, and we weren't really looking for anything else. We were happy doing what we were doing. And we had something like, oh, I don't know, maybe half a dozen people try to talk to us about it, and the timing just wasn't right. But ultimately, we got to the point where we said to somebody or other, look, we'll have a look just to keep you happy, but we're not really interested in doing anything with the business. And fortunately, we had the privilege of meeting James, and he just gently and just very effectively showed us how this business worked. Interestingly enough, we had agreed that we were not going to sign up for anything, and we had people in the room also with us who were not going to sign up. Some of you, I know one of you has met my wife Patsy, and halfway through the meeting she stands up and says, looks fantastic, we're in. So I was predominantly shaken by that, and I was double-crossed because we'd agreed we wouldn't. It was costing us $1,375 to get involved, and we didn't have the money. I said to my wife, how are we going to pay for it? And she said, I got a little bit of money on the credit card. So we got involved in the business, and I was not happy, but I had to do something because I'm an obedient husband. So what happened was that we got working very, very quickly. We found some leadership, and our business grew to the point that in 3 weeks we had doubled what it cost to get started. And if you talk to your upline, they'll show you how you can do that. So we covered our investment very rapidly. In something like 6 months, we'd qualified for an all-expenses cruise to the Caribbean, and we've had a number of trips after that. And at the end of our first 12 months, we'd actually accomplished the executive director level, which was thrilling because that was about $48,000 a year. Now, the interesting part about all of this, shortly after that, the company that we represented that was looking after our income for us was sold. And we lost an agency business that was bringing in us $100,000 a year, and we lost it in one phone call. But fortunately, we'd built our business to the point where we had a backup income and we didn't fall over financially. And I've heard an expression before, and you may or may not have heard it, dig the well before you need the water. And I'm just so grateful that we did dig the well because it's looked after us very well since. And the thing that I love most now, James, is all of the technology that's come in that we resisted at the beginning. Didn't want to know about Facebook, didn't want to know about texting and messaging and all that stuff. Just for those guys who don't know me, I'm 75-year-old. I don't look it, I don't act it, I don't sound like it. And I'm probably the youngest 75-year-old any of you guys have seen. But we embrace this whole technology thing, and the app is absolutely amazing. I love the CMS program. That works very, very well for me. And we've got people in our team who are just exploding using these tools. So James, a credit to you and everybody for helping set it up and working with us. If you're new on the call and you're not quite sure what it's all about, take a punt, go and do it. It works. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Phil. That's awesome, mate. And, you know, I also want you to hear from Raquel. You know, such an incredible story. You know, Raquel's an incredible lady, and believe it or not, is my younger sister. And, you know, you think family would believe you or family would get started and run with you and all that sort of stuff. And, well, life happens, and that didn't actually happen for Raquel, but she did get started with us recently and has been able to start building an incredible business as a mum from home, okay, while she's going through some other stuff at the same time. So, Raquel, are you there?
I am, James. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us tonight. It is truly an amazing business. I got started as a single mum. I was desperate to make some money. I couldn't get a job because I had to stay home and look after my daughter, who was really, really young at the time. My brother, as he said, had been working from home for many years. So I decided to call him and asked if he could show me what he does so I can do it too. He basically told me to come up with the money to start at the top package because he didn't want to be wasting my time. I'm so glad I did because the system that we have is incredible. It's shown me how to use Facebook to generate leads, but also not just generate them, but to convert them. So from Facebook, I've got customers, I've got business builders, and most importantly, I'm learning to be really successful and a true leader in the business, and I love it. I couldn't be more happy. I'm at home with my family. I love what I do. I have the best products in the world, and all of my family is now taking these products and really healthy and really well. So we also have the best training. We've got our own team website, which is so incredible. To have a website that only your team can use with the tools that you need, being the websites, as James explained, a CMS system, autoresponders, training as well. So training available 24/7. This is enabled me to have a team, an international business. I've got team members all over the world that can log on to the system because it is so accessible from anywhere. We also have an app, which is incredible. Another thing that James explained earlier, this app is so powerful. It is a tool that anyone can use. You go to your coffee shop, you can be sitting down with a work colleague, someone that's not in the business, a friend, someone that you know that might be interested in product, might be interested in a business. The two things in this world that keeps people awake each night are finances and their health. We have the solution to both. Make sure that you're going to use this opportunity to help as many people as you can. The information that we have, the tools that we have, I use them daily to build my business. I know that you can too. Guys, this is the best place to be, and if you're truly wanting to make a choice or a decision to change your life, if you really need to start something and you want to, have the life that everybody's talking about and that you see everybody else have, join us today, because I know you won't be sorry. It's wonderful. We've got the best team. And yeah, thanks for joining us. Back to you, James.
Thanks, Raquel. Thanks, Phil. Guys, this is the thing. It's about getting started and having a ground floor thing. The business has changed. Dual networking is allowing you to be a part of that change, to help you achieve the things that you want. Over 200 people have already earned $1 million doing what we're going to be showing you. We're in 22 countries and another 100 coming over the next 5 years. The global expansion with this company is unheard of. It's going to be incredible. One of those countries they're going to be expanding into is China. Now, we all know how big the Chinese economy is. It used to be the US economy that everyone watched. Now it's the Chinese economy because it impacts everyone. So how many of you know somebody that's Chinese? How many of you know of a Chinese restaurant in your area? Or how many of you know people that are Chinese or know someone that knows someone that's Chinese? You see, this market will be massive, and we're opening China or marketing into China within the next 12 to 16 weeks. So this is ground floor. This is where we're at, and we're going to show you how to do it. But do you remember how I said at the start that you want to be able to do something you feel good about, have purpose behind? Well, that's what we do with Mission 5 Million. 5 million children under the age of 5 die every year of malnutrition. 5 million. We don't think that's acceptable. So every time a client is established on our weight loss or on our anti-aging or on the nutritional products, a child is nourished. Now, partner with dual networking, you get to build a global empire. You're not just going to be building in your local area or even in your country. I'm in Australia. A lot of you are in the US. Some of you are in Germany. Some of you are in Singapore. Okay, you're all over the world. It's a global business that we can run, and we can run from home. We'll show you how, and that's the reason we developed dual networking, because I'm not everywhere, and we have tens of thousands of people in our team, and we needed a way for all of them to get to the training that they needed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So here's the thing. Just to get the Twitter training that we do, we're charging $237 per person just to get that training. Now, obviously, these prices, you're not going to pay these prices, okay? Just letting you know. But we're charging these at the moment. The Facebook, if you wanted the Facebook training just alone, is $349. And then you'd need to do it over and over again because the Facebook applications change. The app, well, just to get the app, you'd be looking at $99 a year. Personal mentoring, if it was with me, would be over $1,000 per month. Okay, the dual networking system is over $1,000 per year. That's a total value of over $2,500. So to understand what you receive, I want you to get that. So not only are we talking about the Manatech products, the training by itself, the marketing system by itself, you're looking at that kind of price. So we've got a different option for you for those that are in the US. A professional option, you can get started for as little as $100 to $250. You choose. For $100, we can customize the products that you want to receive, okay? Or if you want the weight loss program, the fast loss in the first 30 days, it's $249 to $250. The income potential is unlimited. So for as little as $100 to $250, you choose the products that you want. No problem there. The income potential is unlimited. And you know what? All you have to do then is order the products that you want to use each month to remove the wrinkles, to lose some weight, to get more energy, whatever's important to you, that's all you have to do. So you heard Phil talk about getting started at $1,375. Manatech changed. They said you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to pay that amount of money to get started. In the US, it's between $100 to $250 for unlimited income potential, and all you have to do is order the products that you want to use. We all want to lose weight. We all want to stay young. We all want more energy. So buy the products from Manatech rather than somewhere else, and you're in business. So we give you dual networking. We give you the Facebook training, the Twitter, webinars, personal training, personal mentoring, websites, content management system. Instead of $3,000 almost, it's $10 a month Australian. So in the US, it's around $7 US. Why are we doing this? Well, because I remember what it's like when I got started. I remember all of the costs. I remember, that looking at my bank account and knowing there wasn't enough money in there each month. I remember those pressures, and I vowed to myself that when I develop something, a system, that I'll always remember that. I'll always remember where I came from. And so I wear the cost, mostly, of the dual networking system and everything else, and so do the partners that we have. They freely give of their information, their intellectual property, to help the team globally grow. So here's the thing. Do you want to get started? If you want to get started, then you want to get started right now. Message me now at that address, facebook.com/James Hannon, or on your GoToWebinar control panel, say I'm in. You see, this is the thing. A lot of the time, people think about doing something. They think about, they say, oh, I'd really like to change my life. I'd really like to do something. I'd really like to get ahead. I'd really like to, but they never really make the change. What we want to say to you is make that change. What we want to say to you is now is your time to move forward. All you have to do is even raise your hand on the GoToWebinar control panel and say you're in. Get started with us and don't be left behind. It's great to see the hands going up. It's great to see people saying, I'm in. Just send us a message to that email, that Facebook account. You're all on Facebook, and say that this is what you want to do. You see, if you want to get started for as little as $100, receive over $2,729 of value, message now. That's my message account. Oh, they're coming through already. So message now. Don't be left behind. Don't be the person that says, I wonder what, I wonder if. And now we've got hands going up as well. Well done. Well done, everyone. Great stuff. I'm loving seeing the hands go up. I'm loving seeing the messages come in. Congratulations. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you make a choice to get started? Build your business from your phone. Our app, instead of paying $100 per year, it's $30 for life. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you take that opportunity to do that now? Raise your hand and become part of this. All of the things are at your fingertips. So let's look at it. $2,730 worth of value for only in Australia, it's up to $598. In the US, it's only, it's up for as small as $100. $10 a month for the complete system, $30 for the app, just all your products each month. Send me a message now. Some people, what they do is they get afraid. They're afraid to move forward. They look for a reason not to do something. They look for a reason to say, this couldn't work for me. What I want to say to you is that it can. What I want to say to you, that this is something you can do. I want to say to you that you want to be on the ground floor. Manatech is in relaunch mode right now, and so are we. The launch of that True Health system, that's staggering what that is going to do. For the team and the people that learn how to market on Facebook and they take the opportunity, they see what they can do, they're going to change their lives. So to take advantage and to join the team, you want to get started now. Now let me explain why. I want you to hit that hand button if you want to get started now for around $100. Why wouldn't you? Send me a message to that Facebook account, and I'll be back in contact with you. The thing to understand is this. This is ground floor. This is where it all begins. Because what's happening right now is that we're building a team in the US. We're building a team of people who want to go and change their lives and change the world as we know it. This is your chance. This is your chance to be at the top. This is your chance to do something great. See, we've solved the Facebook issue, the Twitter issue, the webinars, the training, the phone app. We've made it simple, and it's systemized. We've solved those issues, and we've shown you how you can move forward. Message now. Send me a Facebook message or put a little message here in the GoToWebinar control panel to say that you're in with everybody else that's getting started with us. Don't wait. Don't be left behind. Take the opportunity to do it now, and we look forward to working with you. God bless, and we're going to be getting back to everyone now. I've got messages coming in. We've got hands going up. We want to congratulate all of you for being a part of this. We'll speak to you soon.